We're back in the kitchen. I'm not very well at the moment, so I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this for. I picked up some sort of nasty cold. I'm not a happy man. But life goes on. I've still got to eat. But I'm going to make a nice chicken pasta. I'm going to make myself a nice chicken pasta that I can put in the freezer. I've got a nice chest freezer, so I can just keep a lot of meals set up in there. But right now, I feel like I've been kicked in the head. And I'm just trying to get myself set up here so we can see what's what. I don't even know if anybody's going to join me today, so I was supposed to put on an alert just so people can actually join me. I'll lift that up a little bit. But as I say, today is going to be all about pasta, all about chicken, and basically it's just all about cooking. Now there might be a few things in here that I do different from normal that you may view. I will be cooking in a flavoured oil. So this one has already got oregano and what else was in there? Yeah, whatever it was. I can't remember, but I've got black pepper, I've got mushrooms. Now I'm doing something different. I'm using a can of whole mushrooms because they're quite small. So that should be good for that. But I say, I do apologise, I do feel a little bit rough. But I'm just going to get cracking and start cooking. Give me a nice quick clean there. Actually, I should probably put my apron on, just in case. I don't want to get no splashes. I'll just check. I've got a pan of pasta on at the back here cooking already, just to save a little bit of time. But that's I've just got an inexpensive spirali pasta from Superstore. So that's just what I need for now. I'll just get this apron on. I'm still here, I'm just getting some bits and pieces sorted out. I say don't worry guys, I'm going to get cracking in a minute. And so I'm just sorting out a few bits and pieces. Oh, so it's been one of them days. I've had several hours at the physiotherapist this morning, and then I've got this chesty thing going on at the moment. So they sent me to get a chest x-ray, and I've been given some antibiotics and things like that. So God knows where this came from, because I'm hardly ever out the house. So we'll just muddle on today and we'll see how we do. That's all I can do guys for the moment. So I do apologise if I sound a little bit rough here. But if you're just joining me, I'm actually cooking some chicken. I'll be doing pasta, there'll be herbs and spices and all that type of stuff going on in there. I'm just trying to do a little bit of bulk cooking just so I can throw it in my freezer. And just a nice healthy recipe. And the recipe I'm doing now, you can also do it without putting the chicken in if you want. And you can make it vegetarian, just put some zucchini in there, put some eggplant, I guess, if you want, some more peppers and things like that. Put some potato in there. So we'll just we'll see how we do. Like I say, I just want to get some stuff done. I have to keep my hours up. I have to keep my subscribers happy. I'm glad you can join me. Like I say, I'm going to muddle through today. So hopefully there, I'm just getting some bits and pieces ready here. I'm answering a friend on another little text message here, so I will get through to you as soon as I can. I'll be back in front of the camera. I don't mean to be ignorant, I do apologise. That'll be 2 more minutes, I think, if that. Hopefully I'm getting plenty of people coming in there now. I can already feel myself warming up too much. So let's have a quick look. Oh wow, 15. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. So I'll just check on this pasta here. It's almost there. I've just got this on a low heat to do. But let's have a look, see who's joining me here. So we've got Griselda, Life and Adventure. Hey Griselda, thanks for dropping by. We've got Robert. Hello my friend. I know you live up north a fair bit there. Rob's Vinyl Decals, he lives near me. And a couple of hours away. Thank you for coming by, buddy. Hey Busy Slim, thanks for joining me. Yeah, I'll cook for you if you want there, Busy Slim. Depends what you want. I'll best put you on to be a moderator there so you can check out other people. So I'm doing a chicken pasta. And I'm keeping it simple. I'm not going to do my sauce from scratch. I just don't have the energy, but I do need to keep my hours moving. But I'm just going to quickly start chopping up some vegetables and whatnot. See, I like to have I have a store cupboard and I keep all of my stuff in there. So I always have. Hey William, how's it going, my friend? So I like to hey Sam, okay Sam, just for you, I've got the gloves ready again, okay? Yeah, I'm just trying to keep this one simple. I have my store cupboard where I'll keep a lot of cans in. Living in northern Canada, sometimes we can have really bad snowstorms or it's so cold vehicles won't start. No, I wouldn't say you feel better than you deserve. We all deserve the best, William. So don't put yourself down. Here's a little tip for you, William. Don't put yourself down because the warrior inside can hear you. So talk yourself big. Make yourself big, okay? But I'm just going to quickly dice my onion. Don't let yourself, don't tell yourself that you're worth less than what you are. Because from what I can see, you're a nice guy. And what I've seen so far, you're a nice guy. We all have our problems, we all make mistakes. I've made a fair few. That's my onion ready. So, like I say, don't lessen yourself in your own mind. So remember, if you're coming on, click that like button. I've got some garlic here. I'm just going to give it a quick smash. And then we'll get these cloves out just by cutting off the root end, and they just fall straight out. I mean, there is other ways you can do this. If you have a glass jar, like an old jam jar or something, you can actually, if you squash them all a little bit first, put them in the jam jar, give it a shake around, and all the skin comes off. Or there was another one, I think it was, you shredded your finger, Allah. Yes, that's a better way. That sounds much better, William. But hope your finger's okay. Just be careful what you're doing. Always make sure you're wearing gloves, isn't that right, Sam? You need to wear your gloves when you're doing any sort of gardening. So I'm just going to quickly slice my garlic. I like garlic a lot, so I do have like 6 cloves here. Ah, 40 weeds, yep, I've been there. Well, hopefully it's not too bad. Make sure you bathe it with boiled water and salt or something, and get some antiseptic on there. So there's my garlic done. Now it doesn't really matter, they're all going in together. The garlic and the onion are going together there. Now I've got some pepper. Yes, definitely keep your eye on that one. The last thing you need is an infection in there. I'm just going to rip out the seeds from the centre of my pepper. And I say the pieces, I'm not overly concerned. I want a little bit of bite to them, but I don't want to have giant pieces in there. I bet the putting the peroxide on there probably hurt more than the actual accident in the first place. So hopefully it's not too bad, then you'll heal quicker. Yeah, I've been there before where you have to do this self-medication stuff. And sometimes the actual treatment hurts more than the actual incident. But we're going to get lots of vegetable. I'll just check my pasta, I don't want that overcooking. Yep, that's good now. I'm going to turn that one off and just leave it in the water for a little bit. Hey Wayne, how's it going? Another beautiful day in paradise here. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit wheezy, but I've got a bit of a chest infection at the moment. Maybe it's too much talking doing live videos, I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't sound too good there, William. Make sure it's wrapped up and you keep an eye on it. So while I like to use fresh vegetables, I do also use a lot of canned stuff. I just like to, I like to be prepared. Like I said, living in northern Canada, it can be a little bit isolated at being with. There's times we can't get out to the store. So it's always good to be prepared. But please guys, there's a little lesson to everybody there. Our friend William there had a bit of an accident and he's cut a chunk out of his finger. So please be careful when you're in the kitchen, when you're in the garden, anything you're doing like that. Just take it easy. But aside from that, William, you're keeping your exercise going. Yep, absolutely. I like to use gloves in the kitchen just so sometimes you're messing around with raw meat, raw fish, anything like that. And then you got your vegetable, you don't get no cross-contamination. But at least that way you can keep everything above board, you can keep everything right. And these won't really stop my knives. I have my knife sharp enough so you can actually shave with them. But what you need to Wang, sorry about that, I didn't see your question there. Today I'm doing some chicken and spirali pasta I've got onion, garlic, red and green pepper, there'll be tomatoes, mushrooms, that's pretty much it. But it's going to be a nice big pan. And then after that I may just make some flatbreads. So chicken Italiano, spirali pasta. It sounds fancy, but I just made up a nice title. I'm kind of just throwing this one together, guys. I'm not really working from a recipe, I'm just, what's that technical term? I'm just using my feelings. So I think that's probably a good way to put it. I'm cooking from here to go into here. Hey, Busy Slim. Yeah, I could probably have a shave with a knife. I've done it before. I've shown people I can do the... I've taken the hairs off on my arms. So... and if it is a little bit... If it does get a bit blunt, I've got my steel ready to go so I can sharpen again. I always keep that one ready to go. Oh. Right, what's next? Right, I'm going to get another small cutting board and do my chicken. No, I don't like that one. Too much stuff in the drawers. So I'm just going to chop up some chicken quick. Now I want the chicken to be quite small. I want it to go a long way. I don't just want to have a bunch of giant pieces in there. Yeah, I'm not really going to have a shave with my kitchen knives, by the way. I'm not Crocodile Dundee. I'll just nip up your channel there, businessman. I'll just check your channel. You got 6. Well, you got 7 now, buddy. So please remember, check each other out, all be friends, and we can all subscribe to one another. And I guess if you wanted to, you could use ground chicken for this, or you could if you wanted to use an artificial meat if you're vegetarian, or as I say, you could use eggplant. You can use something like an eggplant and zucchini, put more mushroom in there, and this way it becomes a vegetarian dish. I try and accommodate everybody if I can. I should have got a bigger cutting board probably, but never mind. I will do. These are about $80 for a small one like this. I mean, you can buy them online, but I don't always trust everything you buy online is from where the state is. Well, the good news is, yesterday I did book tickets, and I've got some flights for October, and I'm going to Cebu in the Philippines. Yay! I'm finally getting to go back and see some friends. Well, not go back. I've never been yet. This is my first time. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually get a flight. I couldn't actually get a flight that would take me via Tokyo. The flights that went via Tokyo was an extra $800 Canadian. I'm like, what? What the hell? And they wanted me to stay there for another. I had to stay in Tokyo for almost a day and a half waiting for the transfer. So I'm like, nope, I'll just get a flight straight Vancouver down to, it goes Vancouver to what do you call the place? My brain's not working today, I told you, not well. Anyway, basically it's Vancouver straight through to the capital city of the Philippines. Manila, that's the word I'm looking for. So I go straight through to Manila, and then I have a wait of about 5 hours, and then straight through to Cebu. Yes, there's a grain. I always cut across the grain so it's easier. So I cut with the grain in long strips, and then I cut across the grain after. So you kind of want the chicken to break apart. The smaller it is, the better. Before I moved, before my divorce and everything, I had this nice little contraption, and I don't know where it went to. But basically you would cook your chicken breast first, and then you put it in there and you move it around and it would actually shred the chicken for you. It kind of had spikes and teeth in there, so I might have to find another one of them. But maybe I should unpack the rest of my bags first, or my boxes and whatnot. So, anybody who's listening right now, I'm just wondering if anybody's on here who have their own channels, if anybody's actually monetized yet. I only know, I mean, I've seen other people who are monetized online, but there's only one person I talk to quite regular who is monetized, and she said it took a long time, and I've been waiting. Yeah, I've been waiting a while now. But this is a little bit of a conversation that me and William. You used to be monetized, William? I say I'm monetized on Facebook, but I've stopped using it because they owe me, I don't know, it's like $150, $200. Oh. So what happened there? You stopped? You just stopped processing, or? Like I say, I don't like Facebook. I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet about Facebook. So that's my veg ready. I'll open my cans. Oh, I do have another little hint and tip here. Now my hands were a little bit wetty, so on the gloves. Opening a jar could be a little bit difficult. So one of the things I do, if you get a spoon and just put it under that little lip and twist. Sometimes it depends on the jar, the type of jar. And you hear either a little pop or you hear a hiss, and then you can just open straight away. It takes off that the vacuum seal. There's me can opener. You got another idea there, William? I'll just drain my fluid out of here now already. I don't want that water from the mushrooms. Okay. But the thing we're doing it that way, if you get older people who have arthritis and things like that, William, you need to have strong hands. So this way you just kind of leave it and it pops it. I mean, it's handy if you want to keep the jar. Whereas I know my mum, she would get the knife and just use the back edge and tap a little hole in the lid, and that was enough. That's all she wanted. But I like that idea. I understand that one. But this sauce you can use ground chicken if you want. You can use pork, beef, anything you want like that, or as I say, you can just do it as a vegetable variety. So we'll get them out the way, and we'll bring in the gas stove. So this should be this pasta. Yep, pasta's looking beautiful. I'm going to drain that now because I do not want any more cooking on that. Got a nice steel colander. Oh, there is one thing I want to do actually. Find my little ladle. So some of the starchy water keep some of the water from your pasta. It seems to help in building flavours, and I've also got a lot of fresh basil and fresh oregano. I forgot about them earlier. So let's get going. But I've got arthritis in my thumb here, and sometimes it's difficult to get hold of things. It depends how I'm feeling on that day. But excuse me, I'm just going to have a quick drink. I'm being naughty today. I've had a Pepsi and I shouldn't. I'm off the coffee now. I'm drinking tea. So we'll get a fire on the go. If you're just joining me, today we're doing a chicken pasta with a lot of different vegetables. So let's see if we can do this without making too much of a mess. I better bring this down so I can actually see if I'm in shot or not. I'm going to move my salt back over here and my herbs out the way a little bit. That's better. I can see what I'm doing now. I tell you what, this basil, oh, the smell is absolutely fantastic. Fantastico. There, we're getting closer there. So say I'm using a flavoured olive oil. Don't be shy with the olive oil. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to go straight in with my garlic and my onions. And it might not be the right way to do it. I don't know. I'm not a chef. I like to get the garlic and the onions in first so it starts to flavour that oil even more. We'll let the onions break down that little bit. Try and keep your pan central on the flame so it's all getting the same heat. So what's everybody been doing today? Hopefully, aside from your finger incident, William, you're having a good day. Making sure everything's getting turned over nicely there. coming on nicely now. But now I'm going to get my chicken in because I want it cooked all the way through. Move my onions to the side. I could take my onions out. I could cook the chicken first. But we don't always have time for all of these niceties. But now I've got my chicken in, I want to go in with some black pepper. If you're using pepper, use black at the beginning of cooking and use white at the end. Lots of black pepper. And we'll get some salt in there. Teaspoon or so of salt. Don't need too much. Want some garlic powder. And onion powder. As I say, we don't want too many. Now this one is Italiano spice or herb spice mixture. I'm just going to give that a good shake across the top. Now we'll give that a good stir around. Just get that mixed together. So basically we just want to cook the chicken till it's all white right the way through, and then we can start adding our other ingredients. So yes, today I had my physiotherapy appointment and they put me through my paces again. They're checking me how strong I am, getting ready for my surgery. And then I went to see my doctor because I've had this kind of a bit chesty over the last few days. So I got a bit worried and I done a self-COVID test just in case, because apparently everything's COVID again. And then that came back as negative. I went to see my doctor this morning there. They tested me again, but they've sent me for a chest x-ray and things like that because they said my chest sounds okay, but just to be on the safe side, it's like I'm wheezing a little bit, and when I laugh I sound like, how to put this, I sound like a diesel truck trying to turn over, or a broken diesel truck trying to turn over. So I'll just try to be careful. So we'll go in with our peppers now. You know, this is something I don't normally use. I mean, this I use it when I make bread more than anything else, but I just thought it might be handy for doing this today. Unfortunately, this is the biggest pan I've got unless I use a wok. So I might have to switch over to my wok. If you're just joining me, thank you. Thanks for checking in. Drop me a hello and click that like button, leave me a message so I can get back to you. I mean, there is a lot of liquid coming out of there from the actual chicken and the onions and whatnot. See, I'll put while it's simmering away there, I'll just put my lids back on my garlic powder and onion powder. I don't want any moisture getting into them. And I should probably do the same with my salt. I've used enough salt, and because I'm using a pre-made sauce, that will probably have a lot of salt in there. That's coming on nicely now. I'll throw my mushrooms in. Now these are, like I say, this is just a can. I'm keeping it simple just because I like the idea of some whole mushrooms in there, but I don't want something too big. And all of the ones you go to the store for, there's always too big. You can't just buy button mushrooms anymore. Or at least you can't around here. But my pan is definitely getting a little bit full there. I think I might swap over. I think I will go on the hunt for a new wok while I'm at it. That's better. I've got some room to move now. So, lessons I learned every single day. The only downside is I have to watch my heat on this one because it's so thin. It's only a cheap one. I'll go in. Now I just bought it's a tomato and basil sauce. Nice and simple. Just rinse that out a little bit. Just put a little bit of water in the bottom, just give it a shake around. And we might as well have our can of tomato. I use a low salt tomato. And we'll start turning that around in there, get that up to heat. So if anybody's got any questions, anybody wants to know anything, you know, I think I'll throw another can of mushrooms in there. They're looking a little bit lonely. That's a better amount. So we've got 9 people on board here. So drop me a message, say hello, ask me a question, let me know where you're from. If you give my channel a like and leave me a message on one of my videos, I will get back to you. And I will subscribe in return. So we're getting somewhere close there now. We just need to get that heat all the way to the top. Back up bubbling away again. Now this is rosemary, and I'm just going to drop that in as it is, and then we can take them back out again. That should give some beautiful flavour. Just make sure that gets down deep into the sauce. And this is my basil. Now, basil I'm going to put in right near the end. But there's a little secret to basil in that we don't cut basil, we tear it. Basil likes to be bruised to let its oils and flavour out. So basically, that's our last ingredient. The amount of flavours that we've got so far, I will actually find a little spoon, have a little taste of that sauce before it goes any further. Yeah, the salt is good on that one. And I almost forgot, I do have a little ingredient here, is some pickled onions. Now, what I do, I drop them in close to the end, let them cook through, and basically they pop up like this little vinegary burst. And people don't expect it. They're like, was that a pickled onion? And I'm like, yep, it sure was. I'm like, wow, never thought about putting a pickled onion in anything like that before. Everybody's gone quiet. or I've lost signal or something. But this is coming on nicely now. And if you want to, if you were using say beef, ground beef in this or anything like that, or even for that matter some chopped up beef cubes or whatever, you can put a little bit of oxo cube in there. They say you can use these type of things just to give it a bit more flavour towards the meat side. So you can use anything like that, or you can use a little bit of vegetable stock powder, and that would be good too. Hey Sam, thanks for coming back. So now this is like absolutely chocker full of flavour. It's chocker full of everything basically. I mean, look at the ingredients there, it's just so full. And I will be eating this for supper. I'm still doing my thing where I don't eat before 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. So, I actually haven't eaten yet, apart from I had a small piece of bread this morning of the bread I made myself the other day. So that's warming up, it's starting to bubble away. So now I'm going to throw in my pasta, because I want this as an all-in-one. That's why I didn't cook my pasta all the way. Jeez, I need a bigger pan. I need like a big stock pot. But this is enough. There's enough here to feed like 6 or 8 people, easy. So let me know what you're thinking so far, guys. Is it something that's disgusting? Something that you don't agree with? And you can, when you serve this, serve it with some Parmesan cheese. I'll just throw them onions, I'm just going to scatter them around a little bit, just so I know they're getting mixed in. So that little bit of vinegar gives it that little sourness. And personally, when I do this type of thing, I will mix them. I mix this and I start looking for the onions because I think they taste fantastic. I mean, if that doesn't look beautiful, I don't know. There's something wrong with the eyes. Because as there is now, that is an absolute vision. That's a treat. I say when it comes to time to eat, if you find a little bit of the oregano in there, then you just take that one out. You can eat it, you just don't eat the woody bit. Hey Carol, thanks for joining me. I'll just give you a click. Put you onto as a moderator so you can check out the other guys. We all try and be friends around here and check out each other's channels. So I'll check out your channel while I'm here. And if you need to start sharing some things, Carol. And you can be part of the community. But thanks for joining me. It's much appreciated. And I love it when people give me a call. Or rather give me a message. And while we're on with that one, I was talking to William earlier and he said he's got a lot of good ideas. So if you have any ideas on what you would like to be cooked or what you would like to see cooked, if you drop me a message on the YouTube channel, I'm going to sort out an email so that people can actually email me and I can email back. I just don't want to use my personal one at the moment. But I will sort out an email and then we can correspond with each other. I do have a PO box. So if anybody's got a PO box and anybody wants, I say I'm going to be sending gifts out. I say I've already had a couple of gifts sent to me by a few people. This little stove was one of them. That was sent by Grace. And I had a lady called Mary from San Francisco. She sent me some oven mittens. So I'm so humbled by this. Like, people do these things. It's amazing. And you don't ask for it, and people just do it. It's like, well, where did that come from? So, but I say I'm gonna get some t-shirts made up. I want to get some little bits and pieces. I was thinking about getting some, like say things like this, like wooden spoons with my logo on. I'll get a bunch of things like that, and I will, every once in a while, I'll just pick somebody, we'll have a draw, and I'll ship them out to you. And even because I do a lot of Blackstone cooking, where did I put that? So I have my spatulas like this. So I found a place where I can get them at a reasonable price. And I'm going to get them engraved with my logo on. And that's something else that I can send out. So I'm looking forward to... I'm in Canada. I'm English, but I live in northern Canada now, northern Alberta. Tennessee, the home of music. So what sort of things do you do in Tennessee, Carol? Well, apart from watching YouTube. So I think we're just about done there, guys. So I'm just going to tear up the basil. As I say, basil does not like to be cut. It prefers to be torn up. So we'll just sprinkle it over, tear it as we go. And we'll just let that infuse. I will sauce that a little bit more. If you want, you can keep a little bit back so you can actually have some fresh on the top. But I will serve this with grated parmesan on the top of there. But that's a nice quick dish. So that's that one. But next I'm going to make some flatbreads. Now they don't really go with this. This would have been good with my the bread I made the other day. But this is looking beautiful. Nice, you cook a lot. What sort of things do you like to cook, Carol? So I'm going to turn that off for the moment. Move it to one side. So I'll just grab the... I've still got a couple of pieces of bread what I made from the other day. They're hiding in the back of the fridge. So these are the breads I made the other day, and they would be ideal to have with that pasta dish. Hey Angie, how's it going? Hope things are good down in New Zealand. Thanks for joining me. So these are nice. I mean, these are a little bit on the stale side now. They're a couple of days old, but if you warm them through, don't warm them in the microwave. Just put them in an oven and just let them warm through a little bit. They're good. But I already ate some of that today, so I'm not having any more because I'm trying to be a good boy. But, I'll move this stuff out the way for now. So what you can do if your pasta, I forgot to mention there, if your pasta is a little bit dry, or you want to bring them flavours together, some of the pasta water, just put a couple of spoons in there, which I'm going to do. I'm just going to put a little bit in now. All you want is a couple of tablespoons, and that brings your flavours together. But that looks absolute. I'm going to bring that over again because Angie didn't see that one there. There you go, Angie, that's what I've been cooking. It's a chicken pasta with lots of mushrooms and vegetable peppers and onions, things like that in there. So I've cooked that one, and I'm going to make some flatbreads now. Actually, I better wash this off. Nah, I'm okay. I don't need to. I'll use something else. But just move them over and get my yogurt out. So this is a fairly simple dish. Let's put these over here over there. I need a bigger kitchen. So you do old-fashioned country meals, like one pot cooking. One of my favourites I used to cook a while ago, which I got. I can't remember where I got it now, but the Alberta, we're cowboy country in Alberta. Hey Sam, we're cowboy country. It's very, we call it, or some people call Alberta the Little Texas. I really don't know why, but it is what it is. So, as they call it the Little Texas, it is very much cowboy country, and we do a lot of, there's a lot of steak and things like that. So I make a nice cowboy beans, but I do cowboy beans basically with no meat, and then I do cowboy beans with steak in there, or I'll do a chicken version. So they're really, that's a real good one. But that's a lot of kidney beans and things like that. I use like 3-4 different types of beans. I'll just go find my book. Oh, it's a warm day. Get yourself a drink of water while I'm at it. Well, let's have a look. Family recipe here. I've been creating so many recipes lately. I'm losing track, and I think I'm getting old, so my brain's not working properly. Do I like to see, guys, people saying hello to each other, people making friends. Yep, losing the plot. I will have to, what I'm doing at the moment, I'm going to make up some large index cards so I can put everything in order of what I want. And I can keep things right in my mind on how they want to be. Oh, there's my beans, one of my bean salad recipes. Onion bhajis, fried bannock, vegetable fritters, tikka chicken, Tim Hortons style chilli. I guess that's another one I'll have to do again soon. Now there's something I've had no luck with. I can't seem to do. We're around about 4,000 feet above sea level here. And it's very difficult to cook things that need to rise. So I try and make things like Yorkshire puddings, and they do not work here for some reason. I don't know what it is, it's the altitude, or I just can't get the stove hot enough. So it gets under my skin a little bit. That it's one of the things I really like to make, but I've never had no luck with them. I've been experimenting with some Filipino stuff, doing like pandesal bread. They seem to work fine. Ah, there it is, your basic flat bread. Not the baking powder yet. Grab what I need. Grab my big mixing bowl. Yep. So I use these tubs of Greek yogurt, and these usually work out about 2.5 to 3 cups. So that's ideal for what I'm doing here. Oh. Yeah, Sam, you really like the gloves. I'm not judging. Excuse me. So, nice big mixing bowl, and we want 3 cups of all-purpose flour. If I can find my cup. Oh, it's going to be one of them days, isn't it? There we are. So I'm cooking so much lately, I'm losing track. 200 grams of watermelon. Yeah, apparently watermelon's good for losing weight. So 1, 2, and 3. Now, I will keep that handy, because this tub of Greek yogurt actually looks a little bit bigger than normal. So maybe I'm losing the plot, I don't know. But basically, shake that out. What you can do right now as well, before you start putting any liquid in here, we'll go ahead and we'll put some onion powder for flavour, 1 teaspoon. and some garlic powder. Just mix that all around. These out of the way now, I do not need them. I need to organise my cupboards, but I never have time. We want 6 teaspoons of baking powder. Put half of one in there just in case. And because I've used the garlic and onion powder, I'm not putting any salt in. You can always salt them at the end when you're cooking. Yeah, maybe. I've only been in here a couple of months there, William. So, frozen. Yeah, I was watching a thing the other day there, William, where people were making they were getting watermelon. This was in the Philippines, so they were getting watermelon. They were blitzing it up, and then they were adding some other bits of fruit with it, just whizzing it all together, and then they were making like slushies out of it. So it was very tasty. I've got to say, it looked absolutely fantastic. So it's something I would like to try when I get over there. See if I can find that one. This is all-purpose flour. It's just a cheap general a general bag, I guess. It's nothing expensive, just general all-purpose. If I use bread, I tend to use bread flour when I'm making bread, and if I'm making cakes, I use pastry flour. But this really pretty much does everything. The only difference is some things I use recipes for, I use self-raising flour, and you can't really duplicate self-raising flour. Basically, you have to start putting baking powder and baking soda and things like that in there just to replicate it, and it's not always ideal. It doesn't work. This is unbleached. This is unbleached all-purpose flour. I'm just combining them dry ingredients first. I did make the mistake of using bleached flour a few times, and then I think about it and I'm like, okay, so I'm eating bleach. So it's not exactly ideal to be eating bleach, I guess. So basically, we're just going to throw our tub in. If it comes out. Come on. I got the stubborn one. Okay. You want to play like that? So I have some friends on the mine where I work, and sometimes I will cook and I will take these. I'll take flatbreads with me because I know there's nothing in this. So I can actually, because there's no additives in this sort of bread. You don't know what's in bread that you're buying. So it could be, like I said, it's bleached flour, whatever, too many preservatives in there, stuff like that. So I like to take these along. But then I give them to the guys who I work with who are Somalian. There's a few guys from Ghana. And I mean, obviously there's Canadian guys there too. But they're all so surprised that, like, oh, you cook this? Yes, well, this is African food. And I'm like, no, well, I kind of based it on the East Indian naan. So this is coming together nicely now. It's starting to clump up. So just give it a mix around. If you've got a big mixer, you can do that there. Yeah, I think my light's quite strong in here as well, so it probably makes it look whiter than what it is as well. But I do still have a bag somewhere that is bleached, which I bought probably last year. I can kind of keep that one for emergencies. I need to get as much of this off as possible, and I'm going to go in with my fingers, and we're just going to start beat the living bejeebers out of this thing now just to get it together. So I just use this part of my fingers and then fold it. So basically all I'm doing is folding it. It's almost like I'm making Play-Doh here. Yeah, a lot of my everything you buy from the shelf, you don't know what's in there. There is a couple of brands out there, but to be honest, I can't get them where I live. But they are a really good quality bread, and they've got no additives, and they kind of market themselves that way. And they say they're for vegan, vegetarian, people who are celiac, and people who are intolerant of many different things, I guess. Pizza dough. Just, I mean, basically it's just bread. So, see, this is still a little bit on the sticky side. So, basically we just go in, throw a little bit more, half a cup at a time, no more. Break it up. I have seen that one, but I've never done it. To be honest, I've never even made a sourdough yet. It's one of them things I keep looking into, and I'm like, But I mean, but you can by all means use a regular bread, or like you say, make a sourdough. But it's not something I know a lot about, so I won't claim to. So basically, once I've got this all mixed, what you can do as well at this point, if you wish, I mean, we've got a nice dough there now. It's a little bit bitty, but it will come together. But what you can do is add some herbs in here now. You can put some any green herb that you would like. Coriander is my favourite. Right, I'm just doing plain ones today. So we really need to leave this to rest now for a short while. It's around about 30 minutes or so. But just make sure that it's all brought together. We've got a nice dough ball. Yeah, I've seen the type of dough. So basically, I usually just have that there. We can throw a towel over that just so there's nothing dropping on it. You can put it in a warm place if you wish, but we keep everything handy here. Get rid of the gloves for now. Looks like I'm going to have to start. One of the things I want to make as well is my own pita bread. I want to try making pita bread too. And I do. Did I make a... See, the last time I made pizza, I used pre-made bases for it. There's a place in town that we have. I can't remember the name. We have a bit of bread place in the town where they make it for you right there and then, and they make pizza bases and they say that they're free from preservatives and that type of thing. So yeah, Neapolitan type. Yeah, I'll have to check that out and then I can have a look into it. But I mean, to be honest, my simple pizza dough that I use, yeah. So basically, it's just 2 cups of bread flour. Just a little. I keep, like saying now, I keep a little bit extra in case it's a bit wet. You need a little bit of instant yeast. 1.5 teaspoon of sugar, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and 3/4 cup of warm water. That's it. Nice and simple. So I mean, basically, just you make it like you're making bread. Back to the recipe now. So yeah, we need to give this about. We need to give it about 30 minutes. So what time we got now? Well, so we're about 30 then. So till about 3 o'clock. So just out of curiosity, bigger dough. This flatbread recipe again. So, anybody on here know what a poutine is? So a bigger dough. I have to think about that one. So we do get a lot of different bread recipes actually when I think about it. Where did I put that scraper? There it is. It's gravy and fries with cheese curds. That's a lot of water. Okay, so it's more loosely formed. I'll have to check that one out. Actually, where's my notepad gone? I'll write that one down. I'll check that one. Yeah, so that Yeah, so if it's standing like that for the 24 to 48 hours, then it's definitely um, it's formed pretty much like a pizza dough. So they're making the base first. I would definitely say so. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a sourdough. Yeah, that sounds like it would make a lot. Yeah, if you're using the zero flour, that's almost like a pasta flour. It's a very fine flour. I'm thinking I'm not eating yet today. What can I have for my lunch, I wonder? Oh, look at that, I've got all that pasta there. I'll eat a little piece of that. Well, that looks beautiful, lad. Even if I do say so myself. I'll take a screenshot of that so I can look that one up. Okay, do a screenshot. Thank you. Oh dear. Yeah, the trouble where I live at the moment, William, we're kind of a bit out the way, and sometimes you can only get certain ingredients. I don't know whether it's down to the time of year or. And sometimes when you go to the store, the only flour that there is in there is a bleach variety. Um, and a lot of the times we have to rely on canned goods. The Walmart that we have here, they don't even sell like vegetables. They have a little frozen section. They have a section with bread and cookies and things like that, so, and a little canned food section. They don't do any vegetables. Um, every once in a while in the summer months they might do some apples, oranges, that type of thing. So it's a little bit sketchy. Yeah, it's interesting to have a look at that one. Ooh, oh, that's tasty. Mmm. Guess people don't like me eating. Everybody disappeared. Roll that over a bit. Time is it now? So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, just about. Or 11 o'clock in the morning in the Philippines. Right, I'm back again. Oh, are you still here there, Grace? And Bernadita, thank you. Your Bernadita's all the way over in Philippines, I do believe. So, yep. Oh, hi Griselda, and Robert too. Hey Robert, how's it going? That can't be right. I've got, so I've got Rob's Vinyl Decals, William, Grace, Bernadita, Robert, and Griselda. That's 6. And it says I've only got 3 people online. I think YouTube's a little bit weird sometimes. I will look it up. If it's a Neapolitan pizza, there should be a... Actually, let's have a look a minute. Yeah, the only bit I didn't get there, I got from... Yeah, I'll take another screenshot at that point. Yeah, so I've got right the way down to the 400C oven for 120 seconds. Yep. So that should be good. Yeah, I think a lot of the time people just go drop in, say hi. Actually, I'll have a check. I hope they'll leave me a little thumbs up. That would be nice. Can't see it on my spare phone, but I actually can't even see it on my other phone. With 6, awesome. That'll do, I guess. I know when I first turned on earlier on there, we're at 15 people. So I don't know, people come and go. Some people don't leave a thumbs up. But I know we were talking yesterday there about what TAMSAK means and things like that, and basically how you really don't know what you see is what's actually real. And one of the things I was going to say there, William, a lot of the time, how to put this really, I think when people do YouTube or Facebook videos, anything like that, obviously we edit what we've got. And so I want to have a perfect video, but this is why I started doing the live, so you can see what happens when we're not having a perfect video, and things can go sideways, really can go sideways quickly. Things go wrong, we make mistakes. So I say I've got all the information I need there for making that bread. I'll give that a go. Mind you, I might have to slim it down a little bit because I don't need to make that many pizza bases. And I would never eat them all. Mind you, I keep thinking one day, if I had the money for it, in all seriousness, if I had the money, the white vinyl, well, we'll see. Once I start cooking again, I'll see if I can find some more. But I say, because people want everything looking perfect, we don't always see what's going on, and that's why. Yeah, they say most people walk around, what you see is a mask. Even the people you see in the street, we do not know what goes on in their life. That's why it's always nice to be pleasant to people. But it's so easy. What I found, the people that hurt you the most are the people who you think would never hurt you at all. And the people that give you the most support are usually strangers. So that's that's how I've viewed things and seen things many times. And when it comes to doing stuff like this, how can I put this? Well, I've got a little bit of family left in the UK, and I've got a lot of friends over there. And I can count on my hand how many of them actually make a comment or take part in my videos on YouTube, and that's this many. My son doesn't bother, my sisters don't bother, and all my close friends who we grew up together from being 14, 15 years old, we all hung about together all of this time. We've been through hell and high water, and not one of them does anything. I get the occasional like on something on Facebook that I'll share a recipe over that way, and I get the occasional this. I don't want to waste my gloves, Sam. But like people like yourself, William, and Sam, Griselda's being good, Robert, Bernadita, they all show up. The people that you see on here, and even people like Angie Mendoza, we've only been kind of subscribed to each other for a few weeks, but she'll turn up and she says hi, she sticks around a bit and she'll drop back in and out. Carol sounds like a very nice lady. We have similar attitudes and hobbies. When she's been wonderful, I go in, I watch her videos too. So I say it's all about supporting each other, and it seems to be working. And you're the guy that was doing all the burpees, Eric. I've been making comments on his. He's been coming over making comments on mine. So this all helps. But as it stands now, I'm trying to get my hours together, and I still need another 800 hours. So I'm getting there slowly. It's coming along, but I just, come on. And I can't actually remember when my start and end date was. So if my year runs out again, then I will have to basically start my hours again to get that 3,000, and then I want to get the 4,000 so I can have the advertisement. I was talking to Griselda a few days ago. She's monetized now, and she said yeah, it tells you kind of when you started somewhere there, but I started Facebook kind of 12 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, so it's got me on that one, and I've just changed my name and things like that. So I think I started this, it was roughly a year and a half ago, so but I wasn't taking it serious in the beginning, and so, but now I'm taking it very serious, and I want to get this built up. And to be honest, it is hard work when you have a job as well. When I was still working, I used to get up at 3:30, sometimes a little bit earlier, and I would have to make breakfast before I left. My bus was at round about 4:15. It came between 4:15, 4:30. So that would take me into the site, because I chose to live in town. I didn't want to live on site because I would never be able to do none of this. So that kind of slowed me down a lot. But as I was saying though, I would actually do a breakfast video, which I would post onto YouTube and Facebook, and then I would do a a daft little video of eating my lunch at work and just like talking about what I had, and then I wouldn't get home till 8 o'clock at night. I'd start doing make something else for a little video, and then basically it's to bed and up again at 3:30 in the morning to do it all again. So it became actually very difficult. The only good thing was, yep, 16 hours a day, so that's a lot, it's a lot. Yep, but I say I found with friends, you basically treat friends, friends and family, they do not support. And so basically you just got to treat them as people to one side. Have your life with them, but then invest your time in the people who are helping, because they're invest you. Try not to get hurt by people like that. It's not worth it in the long run. And I think sometimes when you have any downtime that you have, you're looking on your phone and you're saying hello, 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 how's your day? And you're checking in on people's little videos, you're checking in on people's live streams. And because you want to get as many people involved, you are just skipping by a lot of people. So it gets a little bit tricky in that sort of respect. So you just got to kind of move it along and basically don't... I think you need to get thick skin, because you think, well, I left them a message, but they've never even messaged me. And then you want to start saying, well, screw that person. Like, they can go and jump in the river. And you find yourself getting angry about it. You get angry, you get upset. And you've just got to turn around and like, nope, I'm doing this for me. What anybody else does, that's up to them. If they involve me, fine. If they don't, then give them the proverbial finger. Yep. Stick to what you know and stick to what you're comfortable with, William. I was thinking there earlier there what you were saying about it's difficult for you to do any sort of cooking and stuff now. I thought if you had one of them little gas stoves, like I've got one of them little propane barbecues, you would need a small one, and you could be cooking wherever you're at. It'd be a nice way to kind of show the countryside when you're travelling for work or anything like that. You're down by the river. You could be anywhere. Thank you, Sam. Oh, see if I can find some, Sam. I do need big gloves on anyway soon. Yeah, like I say, it's just it's an easy way to do it there, William. Like I say, it's almost like you're doing a camping thing. This is my life. I got the idea actually from from Griselda, because she does life and adventure. There you go, Sam. They're just for you, buddy. If I can get them on. I don't know. These are just a little bit. I don't know. They're a little bit dry. They don't seem to have a lot of powder in it. I should maybe rub some talc on my hands first. Well, I don't know what vehicle you have there, what type of vehicle you have. I've got a truck. I've got a Chevy Silverado. So, when you have a vehicle like a Silverado or F-150, anything like that, you can kind of do a tailgate. So that's my gloves on for now. That's the best I can do. So I'm almost finished. But I'm so excited to go to the Philippines in October. Yeah, tailgate idea. I mean, I guess even if you had a little folded picnic table, one of them plastic things, that's only maybe like 4 feet long. I mean, it depends where you're at the time. But yeah, like a little campground area, truck stops, anything like that really. And I think my plan is, well, I'm gonna go to Cebu because I have some friends in there, but I wanna go and have a look around Cebu itself, and to be honest, I'm looking at a house. I want to buy a house, but it's in a different place. It's in Mindanao, so I want to try that one. So this is like something cool. I want to have a good look around and see if it's worth it. Because what I would like to do is kind of be semi-retired and go to stay in the Philippines, and maybe have a little business out there, a little restaurant or something. I can only get one pair on there, Sam. They're difficult to get on, these ones. The cost of living is way cheaper. I don't know if you've seen the guy. He's called Hugh Abroad. It's Hugh, and he's a Scottish guy, and he travels around the Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia, all around there, and he's just trying the food. And he's got a massive following, and he's just trying the food. That's all he's doing. He's not making any food of his own. He's just going to these little street vendors and having a little taste of the ice cream, having a little taste of the cakes or the little meat dishes that they've got. And I say living somewhere like that would be way cheaper. And I'm thinking there, because in the winter time, because the winter is pretty much, well, it's 40 below, 30 and 40 below here in the winter. So the winter months I'll live in the Philippines. The summer months I'll come back to Canada, so I can keep contributing to my pension. Then I'll see if I can find a job that actually lets me do a few months here and there. Or I'll just start working for myself or something. I'll keep it simple like that. But yeah, it's kind of, it's a little bit kind of like weird. It's a weird feeling to think that I'm going to be embarking on an adventure at this time of my life. It's a little bit scary. I don't have many gloves left though, Sam. If I keep doubling them up, I'll have none left. That's it. 30 minutes is up. Let's have a check, see what we got here. It's still a bit sticky, so we'll need a little bit more flour on the go. I'm going to separate this down. Let's move this chair out of the way. So, get rid of that. Put a little bit of flour on my table cutting board. That's nice and soft. It's a nice soft dough. I'll lift that up so I can see. So we'll try and keep this even. And I'm going to cut this. And say this is where this comes in good. I'm going to split my dough. Now I want to kind of make these down again, so six. Yeah, these are not all the same size, so I kind of dropped the ball a little bit there, but but basically what we do, we get a bit of flour on them all, we'll roll them up now. Hey Griselda, thanks for joining me again. So I'll just make some more quick dough balls, and like I say, we just want to get the stickiness off the outside, and we can just lay them out. Don't worry about the shape just yet. You know what, I'm going to put that one back together again, I think. We'll have a big one with that one. But basically, to squish them down. Thanks for joining me, Griselda. I mean, it depends on yourself what you want to do with these, how big you want them. But I try and get, what have I got now? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I got 12. So you can make them smaller, you can make them this big, you can make them this big. It's up to yourself. What day is it today? Oh, Wednesday today, all day. So on Friday, I'm going to be making bannock. So if everybody knows what bannock is, but I'm just having a little bit of an idea here what I might do. I might actually chop some green onion up and put it in with these. I don't know. I don't know whether I should or not. But what I tend to do once I get to this stage, so my instructions I gave myself last time when I was making them all, is basically make them into ball and then leave them again for another 30 minutes. But just make sure everything is compressed. So just make sure there's no stickiness left on. Give them a good roll around. This dough is so soft, it is difficult to roll like this. It just kind of wants to go flat. So, but these are coming together nicely now. And so we'll get some of this flour off the table. And so some are going to be bigger than the others. But it doesn't matter, because it's just for me, for home. And then I can give them away as treats. If I make something like this because somebody's asked me to make them, they're going to pay me for the ingredients. Which I've not done in a long time, to be honest. Normally what I will do is cut the dough and I will weigh it out. Just so I know everything is kind of above board. But what actually I might do now, I'll transfer these. I'll get rid of that bowl, I don't need it. I'm going to transfer these to the other cutting board. Move them over there. Sort of clean this up a little bit first. This is why I like these little kitchen scrapers. That's beautiful. So if anybody's got any questions, fire away. I'm just going to grab a few. I'm going to do a few of these with green onion in. If I'd thought about it, I could have went and got some cilantro this morning while I was out. So I just peel off the older dried up part of the stalk. If there's any dead ends, get rid of them. Thanks, Griselda. No, I don't like wearing gloves. I'm going to end up cutting the end off a glove. I'm not careful while I'm cutting. Thank you, Griselda. What are you doing today, Griselda? So I've started out making flatbreads and it looks like I'm now going to be making green onion bread. I want this chopped down as fine as possible. So basically scrape it around and change direction. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could put it in a food processor. I mean, you could add a little bit of green chilli to this, like say coriander, anything like that. But once you've got it together, something like that should do. And because we're waiting, basically you can get one of your dough balls. This is just to show you. So I just want to spread that around. We're just going to get a small amount, spread that. Get it all off your glove. Don't want to waste any. Fold that in half. And get some more flour on there. Once you get somewhere close. Now, normal flatbreads are usually oval, but if you're making it as a naan bread, they're normally a teardrop shape. So, basically, flour on that. So basically, what you want to do is, you can either push away or pull towards you for your first one. So push it away. And as you pull it, then you pull two corners out. And this is only a small one. Like I say, it depends on what you've got. So just make sure you've got plenty of flour on there so it's not sticking. But like I say, now depending on what you're doing or what you want, you're going to be looking at something like this. Nice and easy, they're nice and stretchy. You can pull it with your fingers. But that's just to start for now. But I'm just showing you, giving you an idea. But I mean, the reality is the dough is not ready yet. I need to give it that extra few minutes yet. Just let it warm, let it basically acclimatise itself, and let all of them proteins and everything bind together. Clean this off again, ready? So I hope everybody's okay. Everybody's having a good day. I'm having a wonderful day. And if you're still there, Griselda, I don't know if you caught this earlier, that's what I made earlier on. So that's our chicken pasta. Beautiful, beautiful dish. I just want to keep eating it. I've had a little bit. So now I'm just waiting. I want to give them a few more minutes and then we can get, actually I'll get a little bowl. I'll just put this onion. Takes up less space on the cutting board, so I'll just put that to one side. Oh, hello. So once I've got this done, I will cook a few more. I'll just use my little electric griddle. You have to clean that as well. after my blueberry pancakes I was making. Actually, look, I'll show you how to clean a griddle as well while we're at it. But I think I should do some washing up while we're waiting. Side. Oops. When the moon's in the sky like a bigger pizza pie, that's amore. That's amore. La 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 I can't hide no more in the darkness. Frozen here on the ladder of my life. Oh, my throat's no good today, that's for sure. It's much too late to save myself from falling. I took a chance to change your way of life. But you misread my meaning when I met you. Close the door and let me blinded by the light. Whoa, don't let the sun go down on me. Oh, when I search myself, there's always someone else I see. I just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. Yeah, I'm losing everything, just like the sun going down on me. Anybody else there? Whew. Got the job done too. No point in doing half the job. Don't let the sun go down on me. When I search myself, there's always someone else I see. I just allow a fragment of your life to wander through me. Get that off for now. I think one of the things I want to learn how to make is French croissant. Don't know whether it's possible, because I know there's a lot of folding in. If I remember rightly, I've seen him doing it, and he rolls out all of this dough, and then little dots of butter everywhere, and then he folds it and rolls it, and more butter, folds it and rolls it, and just keeps doing that forever. And then you get that nice flakiness for a croissant. But then you roll it all out again. I mean, I do have a pasta machine up there, so a Remy Oliver one. I do have a pasta machine for rolling out. I do make my own pasta occasionally, but again, round here, I can't get the durum flour. Well, it is what it is. There's probably some out there somewhere, William. But I'll just say I was thinking there about making croissant, but I'm not sure, because I know once he's done all of that folding, then he ends up with a big long strip, and he makes little triangles. And I was watching one, guy, and he was just gently rolling them so you get that croissant shape, but the guy that was the master, he picked it up and went, and it just flapped itself around, and he put it down, and he was doing like 10 of them, 20 of them in a minute, and I'm like, yeah, I can't keep up with that. So I guess it's down to practice. Yep. Well, I say when I done pasta, I was using my rollers. I used my pasta roller machine, and I can maybe use the same thing, but like say a plastic bag works. If you get the thick, like the builder's bags, the very big builder bag, where it's like a 6mm poly, and you have them laid out, just cut them so it opens, and then you can do the same thing with that one. Put some flour on the inside so it's all dusted, put your pastry in, and then roll that out, and then peel that back off again. I've seen somebody doing that, something similar, yes. But I've done lots of cooking for many years, but there's still lots I do not know. That's why I would never profess to being a chef or anything like that. But it sounds like you've done a lot of looking on this one, William. It might not be a bad idea. if you can get the money for it, go to chef school and learn how to do it properly. But I mean, to be honest, most of my friends who are chefs, they hate it. They hate it with a passion. The hours are terrible. 16-hour days. They treat you like shit. One of my buddies complained. He complained that he'd burnt his fingertips on the griddle. The other chef came over, basically grabbed his hand and put it down on the griddle and held it there for a bit. So basically his hand is all just scar tissue, so now it doesn't hurt. So I guess the teaching is probably different now. I don't think they'll get away with something like that. But, well, personally speaking, I'd have cracked him with something. But, who knows? Yeah, that sort of environment, it's extremely hostile. I mean, when you watch Gordon Ramsay, and he's doing like the kitchen, what was it, Hell's Kitchen, where they're trying to, everybody's in competition with each other, trying to win, and then he takes them to one side and he's calling people worse than shit, and he's swearing, and I mean, don't get me wrong, you do need some sort of motivation, but yeah, I don't think I would go to, well, yeah, you burnt the tips just the same, yeah, not good. But I know my mum, she could literally go open an oven and get a tray out the oven, and I'm like, Mum, it's hot. But it didn't bother her whatsoever. But what time we got? Almost there. Oh, I really want to eat some more of that pasta now. But not yet. I'll save it until when it comes to my supper time. But I want to make some of these flatbreads. Actually, while we're waiting, I will clean off my griddle. Get that plugged in. So we'll get a bit of heat under that one. I find it handy to have these little squeezy bottles. I have different sizes for different things. Hey Wayne, thank you for joining us again. I'm going to be cooking my bread in a moment, the flatbreads. So we'll have a little bit of fun with that one. Try and set myself up so I can actually get all of the process in one place. So if I turn that around, and I can roll over here. That should work, I think. Yep, that'll be good. Well, everybody wants good and easy work, but to be honest, if it's easy, it's not really worth it. You've got to fight for some things. And I do believe that. I mean, I learned the hard way as a carpenter, and my boss, Ron, I don't even know if he's still alive. I've never been anywhere near that place for a long time. But he would walk around with a wooden hammer shaft. No head on it, but he'd walk around with it like this in his hand. And if you were stood there talking, you'd get a bang on the elbow. And it was like, ah, but he always used to get you on the funny bone. Why it's called a funny bone, I have no idea. And he was like, I'm not paying you to talk, I'm paying you to work. So it did instill in me a better work ethic, I guess. Because to be honest, nobody wants to go to work and do nothing all day. You still want to be productive, you want to be a part of the team. And I had my own business for a while, and I had guys working for me that pretty much used to turn up right on 8 o'clock. Then they'd start making a cup of coffee, having a chit chat, and then they start thinking about jobs. And it's almost like it's 8:30, 9 o'clock before they're getting out the door to start going and do jobs. So cleaning a griddle is very simple. We just get some tissue, we put some water on there, get our tongs so we don't burn ourselves. We steam our glasses up so I can't see. But I say, I think there is a lot of guys out there that do too much for the company, and the company doesn't care enough. So it's a good balance that you need to find. You need to find a good company, and the companies need to find the right guys for their job. So it is a difficult situation. I think we'll turn that off again now for now. It doesn't need it just yet. But I say, when I had guys working for me and they didn't really want to cooperate, they didn't want to do too much. I had one guy, I'm not going to mention any names. We were all working on different jobs, and me being me, I was going out, even though I managed everything and pretty much I was running the show for everything. I was still going out and doing jobs and getting them started so the guys could push on a lot faster. And I'm driving down and I can see one of my vans, and I'm like, why is my van over in that car park at the bar? And he'd went for his lunch. Now, we used to have 15-20 minutes on the morning, 15-20 minutes on afternoon, and then we'd have a 30-minute lunch break. So I kind of clocked at what time it was, and it was about 10 after 12. So I went past again, almost 1 o'clock, and the van was still there. So I know, well, he's been here for 40 minutes at least. So I went in, had a look for him, and he was sitting there, eating a sit-down meal, drinking a beer, but he's supposed to be on the clock. I asked him what he was doing. He said, I'm having my lunch break. I said, how long's your lunch break? He said, 30 minutes. I've only been here for 20. I'm nearly finished. I said, you were here at 10 after. And to be honest, at that point, I give him a verbal warning right there and then in the bar. I said, plus you're drinking, consuming alcohol when you should be at work and you're going to be driving. His answer, it's only one, I'm only having one, but there's 3 bottles on the table. So I'm like, no, I can't be done with this. So he got his warning, and then it happened again. I seen it again a few weeks later. He found a different bar to go to, and I found him in there again. I clocked him, what it was he was doing, and that's it. I had to fire him. I had no choice. He was having a lend of me, basically, as the Australians would say. And I can't do it. But I hate letting people go. I've had to fire people. I've had to let people go. I've had to say, sorry, I've got no work to keep you going. And it's not a good feeling. I don't like it. I don't like doing that type of thing. But when you've got a business and you've got a family to feed, what else can you do? So anyway, that's my ramble. Sorry. So I'm going to put this one to one side for now. And again, we're going to go through. I'll put my gloves on again. These ones go on so much easier than the white ones, and white ones are terrible. Yeah, well, like I say, that I do ramble sometimes, I talk too much. In saying that though, there's a guy who I go to physio with, he talks more than me, and I was quite shocked. But like I say, if you've got a business, you can't let people, you really cannot have people extracting the urine, let's say. You can't have people doing that type of thing. They say if you've got a business, you're paying your bills and you're paying them a wage. So if they don't want to, if they don't want to work, they don't want to work. Let's fold that one over. A bit more flour under that one. So these ones are already small. So I'll not try and do it with a proper shape. I'll just do almost an oval or a teardrop sort of shape. I'm adding green onion. Yep, green onion. I thought I might as well. Oh, these are nice and sticky still. So that's good for if I put the onion in. Normally I would add normally I would put coriander or cilantro. Depends where you come from in the world, what you call it. But the traditional shape is like a teardrop. So, and sometimes the dough doesn't want to cooperate as well. It should be nice and stretchy. But like I say, we just squeeze them out a little bit. I'm doing green onion, not grunion. There's garlic powder, there's onion powder, so that should be enough. But while it's still thick at one end, normally you would pull it out. So you end up, it's almost like a bike seat. The best way I can say it. This. Sometimes the dough doesn't want to cooperate like there. Get a bit of flour over the top, just roll that back in. But I think that's enough for now. Now normally, that's actually probably too much heat. I'll turn them down a little bit. I'm just going to cook a couple for now. So normally I would use oil, as in a nice flavoured oil or a regular vegetable oil, but I'm trying to keep the calorie down. So I just use a spray canola or vegetable oil spray, and then I can just go straight in. I'll put one on. So it's not good to have them too hot. And we'll just put them straight in. Don't worry about, they shouldn't be making sizzling noises and all that type of thing just yet. But we're just going to watch them. They will start to grow, they will start to bubble. Once that happens, we're going to flip them over. I've never tried with fruit, to be honest, William. I've used mint leaf before. I put mint leaves in there, but I don't have any of them. I always make them really savoury. It's always a savoury combination, because you would normally have these with like a curry or something like that. It's just, as we're watching these start to grow, I'll just get a flipper ready. And normally these would be cooked inside of a tandoor oven, so that you'd put them on, so they would still be sticky. But I like to kind of flour them off and dry them off that little bit. I guess you could maybe, yeah, I guess a nice fruit preserve. You could brush that on and fold over, push that into it, and make more of like a breakfast. But if you can see now, it's starting to get bubbles forming. They're all over here now. And sometimes when you do this, they blow up like a balloon, more like a pita bread. Yeah, cheese would work. But these are coming on nice. I just want to check my temperature. I don't want them burning. But these are so easy to make. Really, it's just time. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, I mean, I kind of think of them like toast or like a slice of bread. So, but if you wanted to, I guess you could put like slices of strawberry or berries in there, and instead of rolling it out, roll it out first. Put your fruits inside, fold it, and then just crimp the edges so it's like a parcel. Well, normally what I do, if I'm not watching fat content and things like that, once these are cooked, I will brush like garlic butter on them. I will brush a garlic butter on there, and then that goes to serve. So if you're having it with a curry or anything like that, or with rice or anything, are we looking? Yep. Yeah, it'll probably turn this up a touch. So that way, like I said, it's meant for dipping. Like I say, it's meant to be like almost like a naan. But whenever you serve a naan, you do somebody's rice and curry dish of whatever they want. You make your naan, and then when it comes out of the tandoor, they will brush butter on there. It just either a plate. Well, really, it would be ghee, but sometimes it's flavoured, a garlic or whichever. But I want to get them a nice golden brown, flip it over. And while we're waiting, I might as well do another. So as they say, it's just different ideas. William, different places around the world do things differently. And apparently, I say, according to the guys I've worked with up on the mine in Fort Mac, the guys, they say what I cook here, it's very much like a Somalian bread. So, I guess it's just a simple, basic way of cooking. And you'll notice here like the change in colour, they kind of start to dry out. So they're probably getting somewhere close to cooking. So there's that one. That one's looking good. And if anybody knows, looks like Bigfoot's in the house. Let's do another. So just so you know, when you're doing pastry, the palm of your hand is warm, it's hot. Fingertips are cooler. So when you're doing stuff like this, you can usually press and not stick. But if you start doing this, it'll stick a little bit more. Like this one's sticking to the table now. I should have put more flour down, but I didn't. Silly boy. Mediterranean food tends to be a lot of... Think of it as Italian food. Spanish food is very much the same. Lots of fish, lots of sardines. It's really nice, lots of onion. Portugal's pretty much the same, but they do have lots of meats. See, these are puffing up now nicely. Absolutely fantastic. These are looking great. I don't know whether you can really see that too good. So, we're just going to get a little bit more colour on these. And at this point, if you want, once they are puffed up like that, you know you can actually once they cool down, put a knife in, you can open that up like a little pocket. You can put your rice, your chicken, whatever you want inside of there. Yeah, oh yeah. Yes, you can stuff them like pockets. I'll get a plate. These ones are almost done. But I like to keep a few of these out and about. So one of the other things you can do, once you've got your dough all together there, like these dough balls, if you have a little Rubbermaid container and an airtight seal on, roll them in flour, drop them inside of there. You can keep them in the fridge for a few days if you're not ready for them. You can make this on a morning, and then when you're ready to cook for an evening meal, if you've got friends coming around, anything like that, just throw them on the griddle, cook away. I mean, if you want to, you can even let your friends do their own, as long as you're comfortable letting them use your kitchen. So these are, see, it's a nice little pillow, that one, nice and hollow. So they're cooking up beautiful. But these are one of my favourites. It's one of the first things I cooked when I got my Blackstone. I'd done a bunch of burgers. And then I'd done a load of hibachi, basically Japanese fried rice. And I don't know why, it's just what I had at the time, so I made these. So we're just eating that all at the same time. That's just what I had. That's beautifully the way it's swollen up, that one. They say they are like little pillows already. And we're definitely mind readers going on here, William. Best go put the lottery ticket on. I've got another 3 ready to go there, so I'm taking these ones off. I mean, look at that colour now, that's beautiful. Oh. But I say I've seen people do this many different ways. If you don't have a big griddle like this, you cook them one at a time. If you're out camping and you can find yourself a nice flat rock, stand that up next to a fire, get it good and hot, and then put your flatbreads on them, let that cook up on there with the heat. That was one of the ways how we used to cook fish, to be honest. Used to cook our fish on a rock. So that's them ones done. We'll let them cool down. And we'll get some more on. So I will actually grease them up again. And we'll see how that goes. It's warm in here. So these ones I might put to one side. I'll put them in the fridge, and I can always cook some tomorrow if I need them. And see, on Friday I'm going to be doing bannock, but I'll be doing bannock dogs. And bannock is quite similar to what I'm cooking here. It's fairly similar. But this time what I'll be doing, I'll be getting a beef hot dog. This is some of the guys I used to work with. They said, can I cook them something and send it up to them? So I'm going to do a bunch of them. But this time I'll cook them in the oven. But basically I'll be making a dough like this. Put a hot dog in the middle that's already been... I'll cook the hot dog, let it cool down. And then, just so it's more or less cool. And then I will roll it up. Usually I'll split the hot dog and put a little bit of cheese inside. But then basically I'll roll that up inside the bannock, crimp it all up, and then they go in the oven. So it's a very, very similar process as what I'm doing now, apart from bannock's not made with yogurt. But I said, I like the idea of what you were saying there, William, of doing some of these with fruit in. I'm just thinking you could also, like something like Nutella and raspberry, or Nutella and strawberries, sliced strawberries in there. Yummy. Now you got me thinking. But when you do these, make sure that they're rolled out thin, no more than 1/4 of an inch. Otherwise the outside gets cooked and the inside's still all gooey. But these look awesome. That's still a wee bit hot. Oh. That's our count. You know, you got me thinking now there. Oh, you got me thinking, William. You're a bad boy. You're a bad boy. You got me thinking now. Well, let's see what we can do. Ha 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 ha. It's quite warm in here, so hopefully my Nutella is good. Let's have a look at these ones, how we're doing here. Oh, a little bit longer yet. Yep, that's coming on nicely. Uh-oh. Oh, I tore that one. No good. But let's have a try doing a couple of these. Oh, you got me brain working now, William. So I'm going to have to roll this one out first, I guess. Let's have a look. What can we do here? So if I roll it out, I don't want to stick to my table. I'll just get some of this off here. Too much stuff left around. Right, have to get a bit of flour on. Yeah, keep a close eye on that one, will you, I would. So, that's it, you've got my brain working now. Not good when it's getting close to the end of my day. So we've got some Nutella. Let's see what we can manage here. It might be good. I don't actually have that much Nutella left. Now, how am I going to work this? Because I know it won't want to spread. So, let's get a spoon. And we'll just put a couple of dabs of Nutella here and there. Just through the middle there. Hey ho, Arnold. Now I'm going to with me and I'm only going to do the one, I think. So let's move that out of the way. So we'll put a couple of bits. Actually, we don't need that many. There, we'll have one more in there. And then we'll fold this over. And then we'll just try and crimp these ends. Press it down, get some of that air out before we close it all the way. So hopefully this works. Hopefully it's a thing of beauty. Well, that one's looking good. It's got a lot of flour on that one still. And there's that one's beautifully cooked there. So we'll let them finish cooking and then I'll make one more. Right, I'll do another one. See what we can do. I've still got strawberry there. Oh, thank you very much, Arnold. That's absolutely fantastic. What a gentleman. Need more flour. So we get something like this, I guess. Hey, this is all your fault, William. Making me think things. But this is all the fun of creation. Why not? It's certainly difficult when it's soft dough, that's for sure. I probably don't need much more than that, to be honest, but we'll get a few dollops in here on this half. Get up there. I wonder if I can maybe partially cook these. I don't see how that would work. Well, then we'll put another few. Awesome. That's absolutely fantastic. So we'll kind of pull that around. We get a few strawberries on here. And then this one I'm just going to pull it off. Oh, we've got a hole. That's not going to work. We'll have to try and nip that one shut. Another hole there. Dang it. What can I do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a bit of dough. We'll just hide that hole. Hopefully, a little bit of a cheat. I just don't want to spill it out everywhere. Hi, Jenna. Thanks for joining us. Right, so hopefully, come on, this is not playing fair. I'll have to be more careful when I roll these ones out, William. It was a good idea. Let's have a look how these ones are doing. These flatbreads are looking good. Yeah, a little bit more colour on them ones, and then them ones are good. So, you missed what we were doing earlier, guys. I made a nice big chicken pasta dish. That's all chicken, peppers, onions, mushrooms, lots of garlic in there, and some spirali pasta. So that was beautiful. And I'm just, at the moment, I'm making green onion and flatbreads or naan, whatever you want to call them. So that's what these are. And then talking with William, we were saying that we could maybe make a fruit version for breakfast. So I'm just trying to make a strawberry and Nutella one, but this one went okay. That's got strawberries and Nutella in there, but this one, unfortunately, it got a bit thin and the ingredients have came out, but we'll see what it's like when we cook it. But you're right there, William, I'm kind of excited to try it. However, we need to be cautious of... thanks very much, Arnold. We need to be cautious of the amount of sugar that we put into our system. I mean, doctors tell us all the time that basically be careful of the amount of salt. Salt. Don't have too much salt. But the reality is, it's not salt that's the problem, it's the sugar. Yep, these do look good. They're great with a curry. Or to be honest, I'll make like a shish kebab. A nice, I'll make a pork or a lamb kebab. And just roll that up in there with the peppers. And then fold that over. So it works great for that one. This one on the end just doesn't want to brown up. But I think that one should do now where it is. Yep, we'll call that one done. Yep, that one's good. So now we'll move that one over. Let's give this a go, see if they work okay. Drum roll, please. Yeah, 100% for the processed sugar, absolutely. You just need to be careful. I know, like within fruit and things like that, but I've watched a few of these things where they're processing fruit and apples and things like that. I mean, you buy an apple and it's called honeydew. So that obviously means it's sweet. So when you look into that, the apple is being kind of modified genetically or whatever, the way it is growing. But then they also basically coat them in things. They inject stuff into it. Strawberries get soaked. They're the soaked strawberries and cherries and things like that, so they plump up. But it's the same when you're having things like chicken. You have a nice chicken breast, It looks a nice plump chicken breast, but when you cook it, all of this water comes out because they're injecting water into there all the time. So if you can, if you eat chicken and you want good chicken, then you need to go to like the Mennonite or the Hutterite people who raise their own chicken. And that's where I used to go when I used to live in a place called Grand Prairie. Ooh, nothing leaking out yet anyway. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I thought I was being smart and I was wearing a chef jacket. And lots of people saying, "Oh, you're a chef," and I'm like, "No, I'm not a chef." And then they're like, "Well, why are you wearing a chef's jacket?" And I'm like, "Well, it's just good for in the kitchen." But I figured out that's why people weren't watching my channel, because they thought I was a chef. So I'm just like everybody else. Oh, actually, there's something I got, William. I want to try. Now, if anybody who's there at the moment knows what this is, see if anybody knows what that one is. I'll have to remember the name myself in Japanese. I just had to Google it again myself, because this is something I've never tried. And it's a Japanese street food called takoyaki. So this is just a little where you cook them, I suppose. But basically it's like a little ball, and you usually have octopus inside. Yaki just means fried, and taco is the octopus. So basically I'm going to lay that on top of my griddle, and hopefully, because you don't want it at a high heat, it has to be done. So what you would do, you pour like a batter in there, almost like a pudding batter, and then you put your little bit of octopus or a little bit of fish, a little bit of shrimp, something like that inside. No. So then basically once it's cooked, once it starts cooking, you kind of twist it a little bit, like kind of half, almost a quarter of the way, and then you twist it all the rest of the way, so you end up with a ball. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun, and we're going to try cooking this. I need to figure out how to make the batter, because all of the shows I've seen, yes, they have bonito flake, yeah. I've ordered some of them. I've ordered the bonito flake. And then you can have bonito flake and also the norikomi, furikake, furikake, however you pronounce it. Basically that's just seaweed and sesame. So a little bit of that. But then you will put on, let's say it's like the flaked fish, and then the different sauces that go over. So I want to give that a go. I really want to give that a try. So I do, and I did, I was looking everywhere the other day, and I was like, no, it's gone again. Where's that gone? So, you know what this one is then, William? Yes, it is a little bit of processed sugar in there. The Japanese are bad for additives, unfortunately. They do a lot of MSG and things like that. But you can make your own. You can make your own and leave out some of the additives. But yeah, just one, if you know what that one's used for there, will you? That's a small Japanese pan. You do get them much bigger than this as well, but that's the only one I could find around here. Right, let's have a look at these. Are we getting any nice colour on there? Oh, come on. Oh, that's beautiful. Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's time to talk with you again. See the vision softly creeping. Oh, I forgot about this one, it's probably burnt. Right, we'll take that one off. Whew. But now I like to experiment with my cooking. Well, that one's swelling up already. I know the first time I made some of these on me Blackstone griddle outside, I put it on and it came up like a big ball. But I made the video, and because it was only quite slow, but I made the video and I speeded it up so you could just see it. You could see me putting them on, you see me rolling them out and then putting them on there. But then you just see it go swell straight up. And this lady made a comment, "How did you make that happen so fast?" And I'm like, the magic of editing. But obviously you don't want to give the games away. I think that's the only thing I don't like about Japanese food is the additives, William. So I try and make a lot of my own. And as close as I will get to putting things like MSG is like, say, a little bit of chicken powder, like chicken stock powder. I mean, you watch Uncle Roger, and he loves these MSG. And the Japanese call it umami, if you're not aware. They'll put umami flavouring, and basically it's just MSG. So you need to be kind of careful what you're using. Actually, you know, I'll call that a day for cooking. So we'll move this over here for now. I'll clean up a bit. Left its seeds while I was sleeping. Hey, I'm okay. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for joining us. I'm just having a little clean up. We're just making some flatbreads. Thank you for number 7. They've just been making some flatbreads, we're making some pasta and chicken. Ah, that's beautiful there now. Oh, I don't like that. That's better. Right, let's see how these are doing. Oh ho ho! Sing me a song about beauty. Let's just cook them ends a little bit. Stand up. Yummy, yes indeed. There's a pasta that I done. That's all chicken, pasta, mushrooms, onion, peppers. What else is in there? Well, tomatoes and whatnot as well. So yummy. Take these gloves off now, because we're going to do a bit of a taste. Let's have a little taste of this one. Just tear a bit off. It's nice and light. Now, yep, we can open it inside. Oh. Woo! Or as they would say down in cowboy land, woo-wee! Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, that green onion's coming through there, really nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. So these ones are about tomato and Nutella. I just want to let them cool down a bit first. Did I say tomato? Strawberry and Nutella. So let's get that one cooled down. Yep. So, were you still there, William, when I was showing this one? Yes, very tasty. Like I say, they're folded up, they've got green onion inside, they've got onion powder, garlic powder, they're made with yogurt. So, absolutely fantastic. And you can, if you want, open them out and put something inside. So, yummy, yummy. Guess what I'm having for my supper? That'll make a bit of space. We get rid of that hot plate for when I clean up. Still too hot. I'll just put this to one side. Absolutely tasty, Abu. So tasty. Oh. Yeah, I've come to the conclusion. I used to try and do a live. I used to try and do a live that lasted maybe 6 hours, or people saying do 10 hours and 12 hours, and I'm like, how do I physically stand here for 10 hours cooking? I think 2 to 3 hours is ample. I think that's enough. I don't think I could actually manage. Oh, that's all super gooey inside. Hey Griselda, just in case you missed it, these ones are folded over and they've got Nutella and strawberries inside. So they're more like a dessert. So something a little bit different. I just hope it works okay because I've got garlic powder and onion powder and other herbs stuff inside of the actual dough itself. So, hey, live and learn. Life's a bit of an experiment, as it were. But these are super tasty. I might put my pasta inside and eat it like a sandwich. I much appreciate everybody calling in and showing me some love. Well, I'm going to eat these strawberries. I'll pretend I'm all refined and I'll use one of my little small dessert forks. Makes me think of Homer Simpson when he was pretending to be something different and he's so hopefully these are going to be a hit. But that's very kind of almost very hot liquid inside of there with the chocolate. I'm a little bit scared of that one. I remember when I was a kid and I used to make toasted sandwiches where you join the two bread together, a bit like a grilled cheese, but you have the machine for it and you crimp it together and it comes out, it looks like a clamshell. And I tried to do it with, I put strawberry jam on the inside. And when I bit into it, basically it was molten hot strawberry jam, so I burnt all my tongue, burnt my lips. So don't do that, guys. Seriously. Take the lesson from me. Don't do that. But did I learn a lesson? Probably not. You just keep doing stupid things. The words of the prophets are written on the subway wall, tenement homes, and echo in the sounds. Looks like I'm going to have to wash my apron now. Of silence, as I say I do not know. Let's have a look at this. This is very hot at the moment. So hopefully you're still there, Griselda. Hopefully you're still there, William. This was your creation, William, so I hope you're still there. So we rip that open. And we got liquid Nutella and strawberry. My goodness. I dare eat it. No! Aha! Wow, that's hot. Aha! Aha! I think I need to do a knife and fork thing. I think once it's cooled down it'll be wonderful. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh, that's tasty. Well, I'm going to have to think of a way I can put more in. I'm thinking banana too. Get strawberry, banana. Well, there, obviously it's all gooey on the inside like this now. It is like a proper cake. It's like a dessert. Some whipped cream on there. Oh yeah. Well, I could make these more often. Ah, now I'm thinking. That's something I can do. I can get the dough. Peanut butter, bananas, a little bit of coconut, shredded coconut in there. I'm just thinking, if I roll it out using me pasta press, so it's quite thin, then do smaller pieces, fold them over so it's more like a ravioli, and then cut them out so they're round or something before they get cooked. Just for presentation, really. And that's it. I'm just going to keep eating now. I think what I'll do, this one, when it cools down, I'll take it down to the lady down the passageway, because she'll, her grandchildren will like to eat these, I think. These are too nice. Yep. Yeah, I can't make too many of these, I'll end up diabetic. Oh yeah. Oh, nom nom nom. Wow. Yep. Some maple syrup. Natural maple syrup, freeze it. You know, I haven't made one in over 20 years. But I used to make a ploughman's pie. A bit like a ploughman's sandwich. But basically it's cheese, it's got chutney in there, it's got pickled onions and stuff. And there's little secrets to cooking it so that the onions don't like dissolve. The pickled onions don't dissolve, in that you freeze them and you wrap them in cheese and freeze it again. And then you put them in the pie at the last bit. And that's where you can get these nice pickled onions coming out. Wow. Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Oh, that's too nice. That's too nice. I just want to keep eating. Oh dear. We've created a monster, William. It's alive! Nom 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 nom. Oh, this is far too enjoyable. I'm just sorry that you guys can't try it. Well, that's enough of that one. Yeah, creation is fun. I know how Baron von Frankenstein feels now. It's one of the names I was going to call my channel originally. I was going to call it The Alchemist's Kitchen. And there's somebody already got a name similar to that, so I didn't want to kind of go there. But I thought The Alchemist's Kitchen. You've got the ideas there and the proof it works. And you can even cook them on a rock at the side of a river if you're out camping or anything like that. As long as it's a nice flat piece of rock that's not going to explode in the heat. But even if you have like a short camp, I always take stuff like this when I go camping. Once you get some coals over, put a couple of rocks on, you can put that on there and you can cook on that. So it's not ideal. It's not ideal, but you can manage with it. But with them nice little cast iron griddle pans that you get, the rectangular ones, they're a good thing to purchase. They're flat on one side, they've got the ribs on the other side. So you go out camping anyway, you have your little fire on the go, put that over the top, cook your eggs, cook whatever you want on there. Cook your hash browns and whatnot. Oh. Yeah, my knees are hurting. Might be time to shut down and clean up. What time we got now? Oh, I didn't think that was 3 hours yet, but I'm 3 hours 20 minutes. Gosh. Right then, guys, I'm going to say thank you for joining me. Blessings and prayers upon your life, your house and your family. And basically it's time for me to shut it down and clean up. And then I'm going to have to see if I can do something about editing this so I can actually make it into a video to share. Whew! Beauty. Yeah, the Alchemist Galley. But then again, I've been Mike's Home Kitchen for a while now and people are used to looking at that, so maybe I'll keep it like this for now. We'll see how we do. I'm almost there for my monetization, so if I start changing my name now, that might mess things up. I don't know. That could be a disadvantage for me. But definitely doing. I mean, this is witchcraft. What we do in the kitchen is witchcraft, technically speaking. So some people wouldn't be too happy about that. If I was over in New England a couple hundred years ago, they'd be burning me at the stake for coming up with these ideas. Give that a good clean up. Right then, guys, I'm going to have to say goodbye now. And I say thank you for joining me. I feel blessed and privileged to share my life and ideas with you. And I'm so happy that you shared your ideas with me as well, William. And it's been fun. It has been fun. You're making me think again. And I think sometimes I get set in my ways. I'm cooking it this way. But nope, we can try something new. And that's a wonderful idea to be. It's a wonderful way to be, rather. So thank you very much, guys. Blessings on you. I wish everybody health, wealth and happiness. Love you all, guys. Mike signing out. Have a wonderful evening.